It's crazy.
Okay.
Okay, what the fuck? Have you ever blown
Is
out
that how you blow out a cake?
You ever blown out a cake before?
Is that how you blow out
And if you did, how drunk were you?
That was crazy.
Yeah, you put your whole ass tongue out right on the whole
That's how you
thing.
do it, right?
Oh, that was
Never
very
in my
unsanitary.
life. No.
What?
Oh, he giving.
Starting the podcast with a little drip.
Little drip.
A little drip action. So we do out here. All right, guys. You ready?
Always.
I was born ready.
All right. What's going on, guys? My name's Cliff. This is Christina.
I'm Sam.
That's Sam.
Excuse me?
And this is Higher Education Podcast. Podcast where everyone wants to be introduced.
Gotcha.
Not Christina, she didn't.
No, I deserve
I just
an
hopped in
intro.
on mine.
Excuse you. Look at who wants to come up.
And sassy. And sassy.
And
And
sassy.
sassy
This is
girl.
sassy.
Oh, they,
Sassy
know,
Kim,
they, know,
sassy
they know
poo.
who sassy is.
She got a little. She know we talking about animals today, so she wanted to get in on this. She said, "Here." So the first topic I wanted to talk about. Do you guys know what a kangaroo's pouch looks like? The inside of one.
I think because I studied one in school one time.
Well,
For some odd
you showed
reason.
me, and it's things I don't ever need to see ever again.
It's like a vagina hole almost.
No, that shit looks like it literally like they scrape the guts out, like the whole shebang.
Quite
Like
the pouch.
ew.
Cause I was like, that's not even like I thought it was gonna be like a little hoodie pouch.
Yeah, it's
And
what
then
they
it's-
animate it to look like.
Yeah.
Jokes over, it's not. It doesn't look like Miss
No.
Rue. Miss
Not at all.
or what's her name from Winnie the Pooh? Miss Kangaroo.
Yeah, Miss Rue.
Miss Rue. Right. Okay.
Here, hold on, the baby.
Thought we were on the right
Excuse
track
me.
there.
All right, hold on. She gotta go upstairs.
That's always good.
Always good.
Yeah, we appreciate when the host of the show. I mean me.
You mean the co-host then, me? Is that
I thought you
meant
guys
to
were
say?
going to switch. What happened?
He took my chair back.
Oh, we can. You want to switch?
No, it's alright.
If you want to, we can. I'm a gracious host, you know.
No,
Co-host.
I'm running this bitch next time.
Okay.
They're not ready.
They're not gonna be ready for it. Listen, all
Never.
Christina topics:
All right.
wrestling, ghosts, makeup. What else you want to do? Fashionova.
Of course, Fashionova. I'm not
Yeah.
even sponsored. I won't talk about it.
They're gonna sponsor us soon. But yeah, I want to get back to this kangaroo pouch. And why was that cameraman so evasive?
He was like, oh.
He's like, why he got so close? Like, let me
He
see
was
that
like,
kangaroo
"Let
pouch.
me all up in there."
Well,
Yeah,
trying to
I
take
wonder
it
why
back.
that kangaroo didn't fight
Yeah.
back. Usually kangaroos would be like, get the heck away from my pouch.
It's like, why you in my
Get away
spot?
from my pouch, dude.
Go from the pouch.
And then while we're speaking of animals, I got this video
Ooh.
of these bees just fucking up one of these murder hornets. So these murder hornets.
That's
Right.
sassy.
Yeah. She said, "Let me in."
God damn it, let me in. She charged the door?
Hey.
There's a little friend on your couch.
It's true.
It went under your sign. There it is. I don't know if you want to give the old stomp of Rooney before we get started here again. Ah! Don't. Why are you doing that? Kill it. Oh yeah. I thought you were gonna like pick it up or some shit. I got nervous. I was like, bruh, please. Got so nervous you were just gonna pick it up and be like, here, Mother Nature, have your child back.
Nope. Alright. So
So nervous.
these murder hornets.
Yeah, let's see them. Fuck them up.
Essentially, like, I guess they've been around for a while.
Murder hornets, and
They
now
just-
people are freaking
now,
out about
now
it.
they've come out.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in hiding. And the U.S. is like, hey, people aren't taking Corona serious.
So let's take.
Or let's make them
Murder
stay
hornets
inside
seriously.
in fear of giant hornets that will kill you.
That's actually a great conspiracy.
They said the UFOs didn't work,
I don't know.
so
People.
let's try a bug.
Really
There's been
dropping
crazier
it up, so-
things.
Y'all want to go outside? Here we go.
All right, so let's look at this video.
For me.
European bees. These Japanese bees do not attack. Instead, they lure the scout inside.
What is that? What's going on here? Huh?
Ew, look at this ugly fucker.
I know, right? Look at these little cute bees. Like, what's
No,
happening?
no, bees are ugly, dude, but like,
Relax, all right? That's
I mean, they're
Barry.
cute.
That's Barry B. Desmond right there.
look at this thing. They're hunting this.
Then
Oh,
one is
oh.
caught. It's the signal the
help.
others have been waiting for.
He said, wait. They said you're not stealing our honey.
Look, they're jumping people. It's a WWE promo.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh yeah, see, they're all on them.
They're the old one too.
Well, this is the most metal part, right? Because I was like, what are they, stinging them to death?
They're probably ripping them apart.
Yeah, limb for limb. Rip them up.
That's what I thought too. Are they ripping them apart?
Listen to how loud they are. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's loud as bees.
The noise is for a reason now.
Surrounded by vibrating bodies, the hornet at the core of the bee ball begins to overheat. The bees have the advantage. A heat tolerance 2 degrees above that of their enemy.
They cooked this motherfucker alive.
That's metal.
Aggressor is roasted alive.
That is metal.
So what do they do with them?
He's leaving there, probably.
Yeah, look at him. Look, he's cleaned his legs. Like, yeah, we just took that fucker now. They just leave him in there?
The wild bees have spent millions of years living with the enemy.
That's
why
wild.
they learn
Damn.
Yeah, we have a
That was
honeybee
metal
shortage,
as
so we're
fuck.
fucked.
They said, all right, we're just gonna cook them.
Yeah,
And then leave
They
them.
let us
Roast
go
that
pawn
bitch.
get eat first. He was like, wait.
He's like, whoa, guys, oh.
This wasn't the plan.
This was not the plan.
We talked
Yeah,
about
we
it.
yeah. Now you're the weak link here in this bee colony. You gotta go.
American bees need to step their game up. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
we're running
Japanese
out of-
beetles
we're
are not
running out
fucking.
of,
Or bees are not fucking around.
Yeah.
Running out of honeybees, so no wonder we're fucking.
We're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Not the honey.
All right. Did you guys hear about Elon Musk's kid?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you even pronounce it?
Okay, so it's like
X
it is
something.
XAE 12
Electric Boogaloo.
something like that. Yeah.
That's close enough.
Okay,
you
but
know?
the mom tried to explain it on Instagram or on
How
Twitter.
do you try to explain that? You just look
She said
ridiculous.
It's a
X is the
mathematic
unknown
problem.
variable. AE is my elven spelling of I love or artificial intelligence. And then she said that part of her son's name also is a nod to a CIA Lockheed A-12, which is a reconnaissance plane.
Do you think
Doesn't
this
have
kid
cares?
cares?
On it, but it goes very fast.
Okay, this is stupid.
Do you
Though.
think this kid? Will,
Yeah.
You think this kid will
You
care?
know, California banned it, right?
California said that they're not going to allow it. They need,
Good for
they
them.
need real
California said
names.
that's too weird for us.
Said your kid's gonna get bullied. We can't do it. Their kid's gonna get bullied.
Yeah.
Even for California, it
the
was
kid's gonna
too weird.
hate his name.
Oh my god! And then it's like, just call me X. Literally, don't call me any of that other shit.
Yeah, none of that extra shit. Just X at that point.
What is Elon Musk out here doing? And then he tweeted something about he said the lockdown. Or
Yeah,
stay at home
he was protesting lockdown,
So
and then he
what?
named his kid
How's
some
that
out of pocket
Get
shit.
the fuck out of here.
Elon Musk was in
You just look
was in
stupid.
quarantine
People
too
told you
long.
you look stupid, so therefore you were like,
So
oh
what happens
yeah,
when you put him in quarantine?
No, the quarantine stuff was before that too. So he made himself look stupid with the quarantine thing, and then said, "By the way, guys, my baby."
People on Reddit that were like praising Elon Musk are really like,
I don't even know
"Ooh,
who he is.
I don't know now.
He trying to go to space. He
sent his car to space.
He is someone that deals with technology, and his fascination has always been with space.
Tesla.
And yeah, he makes Teslas.
Oh, okay, so he came up with it, or
I think so,
the
right?
creator.
I don't know if he came up with it, honestly.
I have no idea.
I just know that he's part. He's a huge part of the company.
Yeah.
I feel like he has at least a
He has
share
something
in
to do
it,
with
40
Tesla.
or 50% share. He's not like the. He's not the complete owner of Tesla. I think he's. I don't know. Look it up right now.
Remember when
Let's get a
Elon
fact
Musk
check.
found weed too? He was
Let's get a fact check real quick.
whatever the picture is.
We need that grass check.
The grass checks. All right,
Crash checks.
let's get somber real quick.
Freddie.
I want to talk about the black man in Georgia who was shot while jogging
Oh yeah, I've heard.
by an ex-cop and his shithead son. So essentially, this dude was out jogging, and this ex-cop and his son said that he matched the profile for a suspect in the area, which just meant that he was black, is all that meant.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And dude was jogging. They stopped him. There was a tussle, and then there was an execution, apparently.
Yeah, they shot him.
Is his son a cop?
No.
No,
I don't even know.
No, his son's not a cop.
So
He was an
what's
ex-cop too,
his
so
business
neither
chasing
of them were
somebody down?
cops.
Because he's with his dad.
What state
And
was
they were
this
trying to
in?
make a citizen's arrest in Georgia.
Okay,
It's in the
so
South.
it was an ex-cop and his son, who's not a cop,
Nope.
taking laws into their own hand because they're racist.
Oh, yeah. That's all. It
Yikes.
literally is all it is.
Man was just out for a jog.
And it's literally just going out to jog.
Hmm.
And I always think about when, I haven't been jogging a lot recently, but when I did jog,
Me.
it's always bright colors or tie-dye or just something pink, something that the least offensive or least I don't know, scary colors I can wear.
Yeah, you're running at people.
And this is no, you just run, and people just everyone runs, especially with the quarantine when it's nice out and you can't go everywhere else.
Oh yeah, we're not running.
I know the three of us don't run, but like we go down.
Yeah, a lot of
Westchester
people
Pike,
run.
People
Yeah.
are running. People are
Yeah,
biking.
I've seen
People are
so
out
many people
getting
out.
exercise.
Yeah.
So it's sad, and then it's even sadder to hear that they weren't arrested. That there's an investigation going on now.
Oh, there's an investigation.
How is
Wow,
there?
that's great.
I mean, it's pretty obvious what just happened.
This is a mirror.
Yeah.
Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you jogging up.
Don't
either.
catch you jogging either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad. There are no charges, and CNN tried to reach out to the police officer, Gregory Michaels. Okay, it's to the former police officer and his son, but then they didn't comment.
I wouldn't comment either. Shit.
No, there's a video of it.
Sure they
That's how I
actually picked
found
this
out
up.
about it.
Yeah,
Like he was just jogging.
There's another-
And they were
gonna show
parked.
the-
They were
is
like
that-
parked up on a street, on a back road. It's gone.
Running on our Tampa trip. R.I.P.
I see it.
Nose goes. Nose goes. Oh! Not on the clean sweatshirt.
I love the hand.
Yeah, fuck
the
him up,
giant
sis!
handprint.
Fuck him up! I like the growl with that.
I just keep interrupting the podcast.
They are.
It's because it's warm out.
At least it's not sassy at the door, though. Scratch.
I know, but either way, I gotta edit it out.
Yeah, true. Woof, woof, woof. God, you're gonna have to pull that bad boy up close. I can't say.
No, that's the next topic. Oh, what was being said though?
We're talking about the video in
The
Georgia.
video.
I know what exactly.
I was gonna tell you, like, they were parked up in like a back road, and then he was running down the back road. And they were already like ahead of him, and then when he pulled up on them, they like hopped out of the car. Actually, I think the son was in the bed of the truck holding a shotgun, and like the father was trying to shoot him with a handgun.
That's crazy.
And he was like tussling, and eventually I think he got shot. And at that point, he just couldn't fight back. And it's sad because dude was just jogging, and all of a sudden like this happens, and what do you do at that point? Because you start running, they're just gonna keep shooting at you. Like the fuck, what did you do?
Yeah, I don't know. It's heartbreaking.
Sucks, yeah.
It's just like I don't know what needs to change, but like
With everything else going on in the world, like the fact that this shit's still going on is insane.
that's not though, because like there's no preventative measures to make sure it doesn't happen. You feel me? Like there's no like it'd be insane if it was like, oh, we tried everything and it keeps happening. Like what do we do? But there's not. We haven't reached that level of we tried everything.
I don't think anything has been tried.
Exactly. So
There hasn't been even a first step yet.
my first step would be proper education. But yeah,
Yeah. So the first step, proper education, because racism is taught.
that's why it's like it's in both him and his son.
Because if you can be taught to be racist, you can be taught to be non-prejudiced. And I feel like those kids that don't get educated to be non-prejudiced stick by their parents' side, which is the racist side, and grow up to be that way, raise their kids that way, and it just gets passed down.
That's all it is. It's taught. It's not. It's not something.
It's not.
you're
No,
born
it's not
with.
hereditary at all. It's taught. 100% taught. You teach your kids to be racist. You teach your kids to be sexist. Just how it is.
All right, on to another topic that makes me upset. There
Oh,
was this
good.
Texas park ranger that was trying to enforce social distancing at like a pond or a
Texas.
cove where people were drinking and swimming.
Was a lot of people.
Decent bit.
It's Texas.
I got you, man. Got you.
Why? Why?
So the kid that pushed him got arrested. Thank God.
Good.
Good, yeah.
But I was just like, why would you?
Yeah, no.
I was just trying to educate. Like,
Why are you being an asshole?
First off, you guys are being assholes by being out there and being all together in a big group throwing a fucking party at a lake.
And it's like the people there said that they were partying, that they weren't affiliated with a big group, that they were just them. And it was like some other kid came up and pushed him, and that kid got arrested, and he's smiling in his fucking mugshot. But it's also like, I get it. You know, sometimes you see authority, and we're taught to be like, as rebellious kids, we'll be like, oh, fuck authority. But then when that authority is now our face, a younger face, it's like, oh, it's funny because we're not supposed to be authority, and he's authority, so let's fuck with him. If you've ever been a skater and you see a mall cop, you understand.
Yeah, mall cops.
Same mentality.
Mall cops really do get it.
But doesn't make it like if you push the mall cop in a koi pond, that would be okay.
That was your
The
first
fuck with the
character?
body.
Is it Michael? Okay.
Just lean back. Nope. So yeah,
I got Jim was like, it's a new dance move.
he said, "Don't play that video." He knew damn
He's
well what
like,
he
yeah,
did.
you're right to stop it.
Well, it's going to lead to mocking. Well, we'll see where it goes. We'll watch it and see where it leads.
Lead to
Whatever.
mocking. The Office is what we're. If you don't know what we're quoting. All right, so we were supposed to go to Tampa before coronavirus happened,
Sure
Right.
were.
and we were gonna stay in an Airbnb.
Sure were.
Well, Airbnb is taking a heavy hit.
I've heard, yeah.
Heavy hit.
You should see the
And
rates. I've been
they're-
looking at them. Just in case we ever get the replans vacation. They're hella cheap, so.
Oh, they're firing like a quarter of their staff right now.
Isn't the staff
Solid.
renters?
Well, no.
Wait a second. Yeah, wait.
Wait a minute. What?
it's like
Where
half
do
you guys
they?
are done.
I mean, I'm
You're
assuming they
okay.
have a corporate office.
So I was
like,
gonna say the way it works is that the people they rent through, that's more of a contracting thing. That's not the people that they staff. Those aren't their employees because they don't get a monthly check from Airbnb. They get paid from the people who they rent out to,
They sure do.
and they help pay Airbnb a portion of that too. If anything, they're giving Airbnb money. The staff is the people that
Airbnb
run
just
the
be like, "Give me
actual
money."
site, like the actual technology, like the people who live in Silicon Valley. So Airbnb laid off a quarter of their staff, and unlike other companies where they're like, come in, you're fired, or there's another company that had all their employees log into a one-way video call, and then they were just like, hey,
You're fired.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucked
So-
up. You're just like, oh, what's this? Boom. Ah.
Airbnb was very transparent, and they wrote an email. He's like, hey, this is what's happening. There are going to be layoffs. We're going to be very transparent. Here's who's being laid off. Here's what's happening in the future. Like, a lot of companies would just dance around it, be like, we're downgrading. The money's not here. We'll find the money. But they were just like, we ain't got it. So,
Just like Cheesecake
unfortunately, we had to lay
Factory.
you off.
Just like Cheesecake Factory. Texting their renters. We ain't got it.
See, all you got to do is be transparent up front. Ain't no beating around the bush.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Better just someone telling you, yeah, we're letting you go for these reasons.
I don't know how Airbnb is going to come back from this.
Hold up.
Oh, well, they're gonna put those specials out there, I guess. I don't know.
And it's also like, I was just watching a podcast on All Deaf Versus, and they did Airbnb versus hotel.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how, like, they were talking about, like, so with hotels, there's an actual company that goes in. Like, there's people paid to clean the hotel versus a house where it's, like, up to the person to clean it. And it's like, all right, well, like, how does Airbnb get around those sanitation clauses that hotels
Honestly, I
don't?
don't know.
I don't know. I feel like a house might be pretty dirty. You know, if you don't clean it on a regular basis.
And it's like,
Unless they're the owners of the houses are like made to regulate or regularly like clean their house.
yeah. Well, because even with a hotel,
They have something to
there's,
inspect
like,
it.
It's one room, and it's a staff of people cleaning each room.
Mm-hmm.
So you have multiple rooms, but at once you only have to make sure one room is clean.
Mm.
With a house, like, it's a whole house, and it's
Yeah.
you. And you
It's
could
a lot
hire
of stuff
someone,
to
but then
cover,
that's more
yeah.
money, yeah.
It's a lot of stuff to cover too in a house.
So that brings up the question: when you go to Airbnbs, do you bring your own cleaning supplies?
I don't know if you can find
Should
it.
we? Yeah.
I
Some
don't know. I've
disinfectant
never
stuff.
rented one.
Should we though?
Bring some,
Yeah, why
bring
not?
some
Doesn't hurt.
disinfectant. Start spraying it down a little bit.
It doesn't hurt to get some ice on some wipes.
This whole coronavirus thing is gonna make people way cleaner. At least you think.
I would hope. I would hope.
People just go back to the way they were doing things before.
Like blowing on birthday cakes and stuff.
Hey, I never actually thought about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Doing candleless cakes from now on.
Yeah. First, no candles.
Did you
It
guys?
really was just one person just all over a cake. It's crazy.
Okay.
Okay, what the fuck? Have you ever blown
Is that
out?
how you blow out a cake?
You ever blown out a cake before?
Is that how you blow
And if
candles
you
on
did,
a
how
cake? 'Cause
drunk
that
were you?
That was crazy.
Yeah, you put your whole ass tongue out
Yeah.
right on the whole
That's how you
thing.
do it, right?
Oh, that was
Never
very
in my
unsanitary.
life. No.
What?
That was that's how you blow out candles on a cake?
Yeah, you be like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, you hack a loogie on it. right on the
oh, I missed the candle.
I'd
Let me
be
try
like,
again.
I'm gonna
right
do
on that
cake.
right on the
Nah, I'm
number.
skipping
Happy
mine. I'm
whatever
fine.
birthday.
I don't care if that's the nicest looking cake on earth. I'm not freaking eating that.
Awful transition.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone who won't be getting a birthday cake,
Oh,
I talk about this South Carolina woman who was attacked by an alligator.
ooh.
What? That's that's worse than our last transition.
Yeah,
That's really like it went
That's
from
a
like speaking
transition
of not
to that.
getting a cake. What? This lady got eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, whoa, wait a second.
What?
But she did though, and it only solidifies my fear of alligators. So basically,
Go to your room.
this was a South Carolina woman who was going to do like a salon visit at home. People want their hair done. She said, "I got you."
Where do I get one?
So she showed
Are there
up.
nails?
Yeah, I go on Facebook, I guess. Yeah, go on the
There you go.
marketplace. Who got in-home salons? But,
Yeah.
So she got there, and even the person said that she was acting weird when she got there. And then on her walk home, an alligator popped up, dragged her in a pond, and she drowned.
Why was she acting weird? What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, what?
I think she fucked up this gator. I think she like did something to piss
And
her
then
off.
the news article
I think she
said,
drugged the gator.
"We don't know what the woman and the alligator were doing before the attack." And I was like,
That
"What
sounds
the
weird.
fuck does
Why
that
did they
mean?"
phrase it like that?
Like
Gotcha.
plotness?
Like they was
Is
just
that her
chilling,
pet?
dancing, and it was like, "Hey,"
Is that her pet alligator or something?
and then it just went bad. I don't know. I just don't like apex predators.
You're supposed to,
Makes sense.
with an alligator, because the eyes are on the side of the head, run in a straight line because they can't. If you run crooked, they're going to be able to see you.
Oh.
So you're supposed to, and they can run pretty fast, so you have to run straight because they cannot see you.
Okay.
Fun fact for you.
Jump straight over them.
Alligator.
Like just jump straight over them.
crocodile,
Hurdle that
snake.
I'm gonna
bitch.
climb a tree. That's my first thing.
I mean, they can.
Run in a straight line right to a
I hope you
tree.
can climb fast.
Come on.
'Cause They can climb too.
Oh fuck! Jump down.
They get pretty cool.
Alright,
Pretty.
This
We're
is
gonna
a-
watch somebody get eaten. This is great.
No, this is a TV character explaining why he doesn't like crocodiles and alligators.
Crocodilus acutus. And maybe even... Are we in the Orinoco drainage basin? How should I know? Okay, so maybe Crocodilus intermedius is in play. Not to mention 4 kinds of caiman, including the black caiman, which can grow up to 22 feet. Is that why we're up on those goddamn cans? Yeah, if a big bull croc slithers up on the raft, I'm gonna pour a ring of gas around me and set it on fire. Why, Cyril, they can't chomp through fire? Although, I have no reason to think that. Why are you so scared of crocodiles? Gee, I don't know, Cyril. Maybe deep down, I'm afraid of any apex predator that lived through the KT extinction. Physically unchanged for 100 million years because it's the perfect killing machine. A half-ton of cold-blooded fury with a bite force of 20,000 newtons and stomach acid so strong it can dissolve bones and hooves. And now we're surrounded. Those snake eyes are watching from the shadows, waiting for the night. Waiting for the night! Damn it, Ray. Keep your voice down. Why? Crocodiles don't have ears. They absolutely have ears, shithead. Well, so do I. And you just talked yourself out of a hat. Easy beats. Way to go, Ray. Now he's got a taste for... Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. I can't. Sweet Jesus, goddamn.
Yeah, I'm glad dinosaurs aren't around anymore because you'd have a hard time with that.
Oh my god, dinosaurs! I know. First of all, dinosaurs are giant.
Yeah, dinosaurs
Second
are
of
big.
all,
They're like
because,
three
like,
times the size.
even the ones that don't eat you can step on you.
It's true.
I'd stay in the cave. the
Big
whole time.
stomp, yeah. I'd just be like, y'all go do your thing. I'm gonna just
I
chill
got
here.
Rock Cube. I'm gonna play.
Play tic-tac-toe by yourself.
All right, so next topic is this guy who snuck into Disney and he camped on the island and he
Oh,
got caught
yeah.
trespassing.
Heard.
Disney World,
on the
right?
resort, right?
Yeah,
It's fucking wild, and he thought, "Hey, that bitch is shut down. There's nobody there. Are you kidding? They're there every day detailing stuff.
yeah, he was gonna try.
It's just
and stay there
it's just
whole
the
week.
customers that aren't there."
At least the workers still have a job. And then
I would just be if
You
I
got
worked
caught.
there. If I worked there, I'd just be riding the roads.
They do in the mornings and stuff.
yeah, that sounds so fun actually. But yeah, he said he got caught, and he said he didn't hear the police searching for him, even though they had helicopters, boats, and like trucks.
Wait. He said he got lost.
No, he said he didn't hear them searching for him.
Oh, I
How
thought
do
you
you not
said he
hear
got
a
lost. That's how I
helicopter?
ended up there. I was like,
No,
"What do
he
you
was there on
mean?"
purpose.
How do you not hear a helicopter though? Helicopter's
No
so
idea.
loud.
Helicopters are fucking loud as shit.
Lioness.
That's so. Oh,
He was lying like shit. He said, "Oh, I can't see him."
I didn't know. Couldn't tell.
Didn't know.
It's trespassing ass.
I just want to know how he got in.
Banned for Disney for life.
Yeah, he's
He
definitely
probably-
banned for Disney from life for life. Yeah,
That's one way. That's one way to get banned.
that's one way to do it.
I think he probably snuck in, and then
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, no
100%.
shit.
I know, but
But
hold on.
I want to know how.
Probably hopped
Hold
the
on,
fence
hold on.
somewhere.
He probably snuck in on some like, what's it called? Not Mission Impossible, like Ocean's 11 shit, where he dressed as like a cleaning service guy, or he stole a Mickey outfit and he snuck in.
What are you talking
And then he
about?
ditched the shit. and then he was on the island.
Is that what
Parachute.
he
You just parachuted in. Yeah, like just straight dropped on
Did
it.
that shit like Fortnite.
did? Land over here.
Okay, no.
But
Don't talk about Fortnite. No, don't do this.
Do that Fortnite dance.
The kid crying. Dude, that's just so funny.
all right, so the next topic I want to talk about is for the first time in New York's
Yes.
history in 115 years, they shut down the subway stations or subways to clean.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what? In the first time in 115 years, they decided to clean the fucking subways? What?
Clean it.
It's been 115 years. That's so
I think
gross.
what it meant is and it's the first
Yeah,
time
please
it stopped.
please try to justify this.
First time they
First time it
stopped and
stopped.
deep cleaned it.
Because New York City
It's just deep
subway
cleaned.
is one of the only subway systems in the country that runs 24/7. So, for example, SEPTA, that runs until 1 a.m. On weekends, it runs until 5 a.m. and it opens up at 6. So it's closed an hour for cleaning. But New York
gotta be
subways
quick
run
clean.
24/7,
That's gross.
and there's a problem with them not stopping. There's not enough subway. There's not enough. What's it called? Where they sleep at? The train yards. There's not enough room in the train yards for all the subway trains.
Where they
So-
sleep at? Is that what you just
Yeah, the
said? Is this fucking Thomas the Train?
do.
Get
Alright,
outta
so
here with this.
essentially during like Hurricane Sandy, when they had to shut down the subway stations, they had to leave subways or shut down the subways. They left subways at subway stations because there wasn't rooms. So it's hard to stop the New York transit system, like the subway system, for a whole day. And they're like, nah, we gonna clean it. And also, some people are saying
I'm clean that
it's the most efficient way to kick off the homeless population on the trains, because there's no way to address it during the day, during busy hours, which is pretty much all day and all night, because you're going to face negative backlash.
Mhm.
And there's very little other places for them to go, because shelters are a nightmare. There's no sleeping, there's no security. And then you add COVID-19 to it, and now there's people coughing around. It's an awful place to be. Before coronavirus makes it even worse.
Yep.
And that's as a male. As a female, it's almost a not viable option. There are women's shelters, but still. If you're homeless, sleeping on the train is very, very, very nice for a couple reasons. One, it's a regulated temperature, so during cold weather, you have somewhere to be. It's also nice to just sit somewhere unbothered that's not in the weather. Like, if it's really hot, you can just go sit somewhere. If it's windy, like, it's nice to just be in that spot. You can also sleep. I read a story about people sleeping on, they know which subway lines to get on, the ones that don't go above ground, so you never like have mad sunlight while you're trying to sleep. Like, there's a whole way of living on train, because it's like basically you can just beg for money, and then that $2.50 you just begged for, you just have to get on a train and you ride it as long as you want.
Damn, true. Yeah, it just goes back and forth. Or all the way around.
But it's also a problem because they need somewhere to sleep, but it's a problem because if they're not clean, then that brings germs and other stuff onto the subway that shouldn't be there. So it's a really messy situation.
Yeah. I like what you did there.
Thank you.
That's smooth.
But yeah, someone was saying that this is just a hidden act to try and kick everyone off.
Possibly.
I can see it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's going. Getting a little ASMR action in there.
Yeah. I am. What you searching for there, Bal?
I don't know. He's scrolling though.
I was gonna say, give me a sec. I was like,
Looking for a beat?
no, looking for a couple more topics.
Beat.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Is that your beat?
Yep.
Nice. That's fresh.
So,
Yeah.
On the verge of greatness.
What's the saying?
So this topic, huh? You want to do another shout out to Posted at Cliff?
Yeah. You
Yo.
stink.
Oh, I see
And you
what it
think
is.
you were copying my
You hear that?
swag? Glasses. Give it the old one too.
Sam stomp on it.
It's
He
gone.
won't. He won't get up in time.
It's gone. Forever.
We tried.
It's forever gone. Gone forever.
What?
Okay.
Um,
So,
So,
so, you know.
so we watched all of the Final Destination
Oh,
movies.
Yeah, we sure did.
So now we're gonna give our little review because they're coming out with a new one. I mean, it might be delayed because
When?
of COVID, but you know, let's take a deep dive. That's the wrong channel. Into Final Destination. All right, so
we're sliding into the podcast.
off the bat, what was your favorite death in the entire series? Or give me a couple. It's gonna be hard to pick
Give
just
you
one.
a couple. All right, give me a sec.
'Cause I feel like
Think about it.
the log ones is iconic because that changed the way people drive behind cars with logs on them.
It's true. True.
Again, from the second movie, the dude.
I like
getting-
the roller coaster.
what
It was
the
wild.
people getting thrown off
That
that.
shit was wild.
That shit made me afraid of roller
Oh
coasters.
god.
That's what made you scared of roller coasters? I thought it was your fear of heights.
The heights helped.
Okay. Just
The
making
heights
sure.
It helped a little bit. What about you, Sam?
I don't know, the stapler gun was pretty good.
Yeah, that
The
one.
nail-
I
the
like
nail
that
gun.
one.
The
Hold
nail
on.
gun.
I'm gonna take it back. I take it back.
Yeah.
That one.
That was pretty good.
What was? I don't know.
The glass pane falling on that kid.
That shit. I was gonna say that. And
That
he just
shit was
mushed it,
wild.
crumpled up like a can of
Shit,
soda.
shit was
I watched this
wild.
shit like 4 times. You and I watched. The three of
It's
us watched that
empty.
shit like 4 times.
Oh yeah, when he was just rewind it. All right, slow it down.
And then you paused it. You think you could do it?
What the hell?
No.
You see the Smokey? Wait. A little cat just walked by and stopped and looked inside.
He
and then
wants.
walked away.
They want me.
You think I can make this
Wants
shot
me to
clock?
adopt it.
Maybe.
Wow. That was.
You cannot bring a feral cat into your
Basically
house.
closed.
Yes, I can. I can do whatever I want. It's America.
Damn, bro.
Sam, bro, you just splashed everybody.
I'm sorry.
I hope
That
you
shit
get that in
wasn't
slow mo. We're never gonna smell like Coke.
There was a sip in the bottom and it cracked.
I bet because you had to be a freaking brat about it.
They about to box on
Go
cat.
get the cat for me. Go get the cat for me.
Nah,
I'll
that cat's
forgive you.
gone, dude. That cat
Well then,
did.
I don't forgive
came
you.
in here, saw the three of us, was like,
Ooh, that bitch is ugly.
No.
Is that the cat said?
Yeah, ooh.
I'd rather live on the streets.
So,
That bitch, she's crazy.
rather be
as
on
hell.
the streets.
She'll never let me go. She'll
Did I
smother
ever
me.
pick my enjoy up or just leave it
That's what I
down?
do to my cats. I smother.
We all smell
Oh, I
the
got
cats. I think my favorite concept from Final Destination has to be the 5th movie. Because I liked how they were like, yeah, let's skip deaths. But then I liked the 5th movie where they were like, yeah, we can just kill people. Like, if I kill you, then you just go before
Yeah,
me.
the one with the circus where he just
Yeah, they're
gets
just like, all right, let's just start killing people. That one dude straight up killed that dude. He pushed them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, with the hook, wasn't it?
No, he tried to save
mosquito
him, didn't
shot.
he?
They're back, guys.
The hook came
It's
down
that
and hit him.
season.
Didn't they? Wait,
He
did
technically,
he fall, though?
Yeah.
technically killed him.
Did he fall? Did he get out the way? Or did he
I think
push
he
him?
like got.
Honestly, I think
he got,
he
I think he
fell for
pushed
him.
him. I'm not gonna lie. I think he pushed him because it counted as him killing him because he gave him a push
All right.
into the hook.
He fell, and I thought he grabbed the hook, and then it panned up to his head, and it was just like...
No, I think he gave him a shove, so it counted as him killing someone. So it skipped him.
I like that. I also like Candyman being very ominous in the movies.
Yeah, no, we know that's death.
He was
It's
like,
death, 100%.
oh yeah,
In every movie, he's always talking about death coming for you,
and he's the mortician. Like he literally
And
worked.
how
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
and he's taking all the bodies. Coincidence?
I think not.
Allegedly.
What was the weirdest death you saw?
Weirdest death. Let me think. I don't know. The tanning booth one was.
Yeah, that was
Fucking whack.
I
wild.
love the imagery in that one from where I went to the tanning
Yes,
beds
that
burning
shot
to
was
the
shot was
coffins.
clean. Shot was
Yeah.
That was
great.
like a clean
yeah.
shot.
Went from the 2 tanning beds to the 2 coffins. I was like, all right.
I think
Respect.
we didn't watch it in 3D, but the fourth
I really
movie,
wish we did.
4th and 5th movie were in 3D, but in the 4th movie where the dude at the mechanic shop gets hit by the tank and pushed into the fence, I think that was a pretty dope use of 3D.
Yeah.
Just the way, like, we didn't see it in 3D, but like having those chunks fall out of the fence links,
Yeah.
and then the chunks are layered. It's not just like solid. It's just chunks that fall apart. It was so
Ew.
gross, and I was like, I love it.
Gene Hackman.
I love it.
people in the theater with the 3D were like, yeah.
What else? Who was your favorite main character that had a premonition? If you remember them, I don't know if that's
No, I really don't.
easy recall. All right,
think.
so we have Alex in the first movie.
No.
Second movie is the chick.
Alex
Third
a
movie is that
little
other
bitch.
chick. Fourth movie, it was the dude.
I think
And then
that-
the girl
I think
eventually.
maybe a third one.
What, the roller coaster girl?
Yeah.
She's in something else. I just
No,
can't remember what she's in.
I think not. She was pretty annoying. She's pretty obnoxious. I don't know. Some of the main characters in the Final Destination movies were a little unlikable.
They kind of were.
Yeah,
they really
I don't know if I
were.
was ever like rooting for any
the first guy
characters.
was-
I was rooting for death.
The first guy was.
I was
pretty
mostly
cool.
rooting for Death. Yeah, Death was coming for him.
That first death was so fucking like, I'm gonna get you. It was like the water seeping across the bathroom floor on the tile thing, and then
Yeah.
made the dude slip and he got choked by a shower string.
I forget which movie it was, but he was sitting in his house and he had like everything boarded up,
This is the first movie.
and like the wind was coming. And he's like, "Wait a second, it's not my turn." And then Death was like, "Shit!" And then like the wind stopped and it just disappeared. And he was like, "I gotta save her."
It was like an actual person.
Yeah.
He's
He's like, "Oh,
well,
God
I'll
damn
go
it!"
over there.
He's like, "Oh, you're right.
Caught creeping.
You're right.
You know what? He's got a point."
Yo, what about the guy who got his ass sucked out of the pool?
Dude, that was
Ew,
yeah.
Ew.
All his guts. Yeah, he straight shriveled up like a grape. I was like, ugh.
Oh god.
Oh, that's wild.
I also love how like him and his girl were supposed to die at the same time.
Gosh,
Literally right there.
you missed.
Flew away.
Oh fuck. So yeah, I
It's
like
that
how
season. They're coming for us.
I know they fucking love me too.
I love May. Like,
It's-
literally, I can't.
And mosquitoes like a certain blood type.
Yeah.
'Cause it's sweeter.
Literally, I get eaten.
How do they know?
Is it? Because
They
you give
just-
off pheromones.
Yeah.
And also the kicker for me, mosquitoes like darker colors. So my skin, your entire wardrobe. And they also like people who sweat more, so me.
My God, your head.
So I'm like
They're just gonna land on your
trifecta.
head. You're just
I'm
gonna be
literally
like,
like a trifecta of mosquito. I'm like a
Smack.
mosquito buffet.
start smacking on your head.
They're feasting good.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
I wear a hat also.
What that was Death's design. He was
Wear a
like
hat.
Lyme's disease.
So we're just gonna buy
Honestly,
anything
yeah,
neon on Fashionova.
What's up?
We'll buy everything neon.
Everything
for the
neon. The
summer.
neon green, neon orange, neon pink.
I think in Final,
We're gonna have
I think in
variety.
Final Destination 6, they should have like a long, panned out death, like a very subtle disease that takes like 15 years to kill someone. So they're like, you know what? I did beat death, and then 15 years later, like doctor tells him, "Yes, sir, you have leukemia." And he's like,
This is the end of the movie.
"Yeah," like 15 years later, "Sir, you have leukemia." And then it's Final Destination. It rolls. That's it. That's all.
That's like the fucking fifth movie. I love how they tied it into the first. And it was like, they were on the airplane.
Yeah.
And the one dude's sitting in the bar, and then it's like, oh shit.
Ah.
And then just the engine drops on him.
Yep. The plane fell on him.
I also really enjoyed how the fourth movie, the intro credit roll was like all the deaths in the previous movies.
Yeah,
And
highlighted
like,
them.
This is gonna be the last movie, and then they just did the same thing for the fifth movie.
Yeah. And the sixth movie's probably gonna be the same shit. It's probably gonna open up with all the other deaths.
Do that twice.
They're just gonna add the ones from the previous movies
I bet it's those
because they were like, "See, it's different
the Whoppers.
because there's new clips in there from the previous
that he
movie."
was shoving down his gullet on the first one.
Right. Yeah. The
Fucking
Whopper,
Whoppers
dude.
right out of the back.
And
Just
then they
fucking
fell on the
manhandling
plane
them
and they
bitches.
start rolling
Oh,
around.
you said Whoppers. I thought you meant like the burgers. I was like, what? Flame broiled.
All right, weirdo.
A flame broiled. You know what I meant. All right. What was your favorite movie?
I like the one where he's steepled in.
I don't know. I like the first one a lot,
That's the third one.
but I also like the third one. First and third probably tied.
I like the first and third.
'Cause the first one's like, I don't know. It's a pretty unique and panned out deaths. Like they weren't like quick and rushed. They weren't like people getting smushed by something. It was like long panned out things happening in their house. Like that first woman, it was literally like 100 things going off in her house at once,
Except
and then
the one dude
eventually
got-
the knife fell on her and killed her.
Everyone except for the one dude who got his head cut off. Kind of was just like the train picked up the rubble underneath it and then came up. Said,
Yeah. And then when he got him out of the car,
oh, after he got him out of the car, the dude that died, he was like, "You're next. I'm not gonna be anywhere near you." Or the girl Terry, I don't know why I remember her name, but she got hit by the bus where she's like, "You can all just drop fucking dead."
Yeah,
bam.
it's like, oh damn, there
That
she
was
goes.
so vicious.
There
I also paused that scene a lot as a kid.
Okay.
There she goes, nigga.
I wanted, I
going
wanted
back
to
away from this
see
guy.
how special effects worked. I wanted to see where they.
Yeah.
Is that what it was
Cliff played it at half speed so he could see how the effects worked. He didn't look up behind the scenes of Final Destination. No, he looked up slow mo versions of the deaths. Huh?
Nice.
We had to make
Sick son
sure.
of a bitch.
We had to make sure that
She was dead? Yeah.
You had to make sure the kill count was official.
All right, you know how people watch fireworks and then they like you know, you don't watch the firework go in the air. You watch the explosion. And wouldn't it be cool if you could see a firework slowed down?
It's a firework, though.
Are you trying to justify replaying people's deaths for your own
Yeah, it's a
pleasure?
firework.
Same thing. You know,
It's
it's
a
a
firework.
firework. It's the explosion. You want to see it slow down.
Don't support him.
I'm trying to think of how he just tied that
Remember,
together.
you're not getting paid.
It's a
buddy.
firework.
You love it?
It's
He's
all
not
right.
ready. He was ready to defend his actions.
I'll give you
too.
half credit for it.
That's been brewing for a couple of years. He's ready to
That's
defend
like-
himself.
Because she exploded like a firework.
Wait, who?
The Terry.
Oh, okay.
She got hit by the bus. Her body said, psh.
No, her body says zoom.
I think my favorite movie is probably the first one. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, she's back.
you should make that meme.
What?
The trapper in the back street. Zoom.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to make it.
All right.
So the last topic before we get into horrors of the world
Horrors of the world.
is a clip from Lil Dicky's TV show Dave.
Is this the clip
I should watch it.
that you showed me?
What?
Is it the clip you showed me?
What is it?
If you start playing it and I recognize,
What did
I'll
I
let
show-
you know.
what did I show
I don't
you?
know. You showed me a clip. I can't remember honestly. Like yesterday, you were like, "Watch this clip from Lil Dicky's show."
Because I was like, I showed you Gambino's show. Was that before that?
Possibly.
Wait,
Was it this?
No.
Okay.
allow.
Wait, what did I show you?
Are we going to...
Time out. Stop. Let me think.
I'm gonna play it, but no, I'm sorry, I'm confused. So I know I showed him another show, but that show was a black guy. Sounds like it's
Trying
not
to
that.
think.
So Lil Dicky's not black. He might want to be.
I honestly don't remember what the clip was.
I don't think so, because I showed you two from Atlanta. All right, we'll go ahead and show you this. Let's do it.
You remember 012? The hair was brown.
Probably everyone on the internet has seen this.
I remember,
Have you seen this?
honey, I was in a completely different space back then.
You want to see it again, Sam?
Yes, this is so funny.
You always did like to switch it up.
That's the main character. I love it.
I can move if you want.
And they're in a prison right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was wilding back then. you remember Larry? No, Larry. Yeah, Larry. You used to come around with Kevin. He went to Southwest? I think so. I remember Kevin. He was loud. Larry came with us to the movies that time. I know you remember the movies. We used to get freaky in there all the time. Quiet. Oh, don't act, girl. You know we used to get it in. Hey, where you stay at now?
You know how prisons work?
Hey, man, what's your problem, man? No problem. I said, I can move if you want. I ain't ask you to move, nigga. I'm trying to talk to my girl. You acting all weird and shit. Yo, girl. Yeah, man. Yo, this is my ex Lisa, man. We used to talk back after my mom's kicked me out the house. You know? My nigga, that's a man. What? Nah, man, this is my ex. Your ex-girlfriend a man. Why you think she in jail with the men? She'd be on the other side. Nigga, you gay. Nah, man, she...
Just him sitting in the middle was me. Just awkward.
So you think I'm gay? Nah. No,
This nigga gay as hell.
Shut the hell up. Y'all niggas is tripping. I ain't gay. Y'all niggas fuck guys up in here anyway.
No, that ain't gay. That's just jail. You was on the outside fucking booty hole.
Sexuality is a spectrum. You can really do whatever you want.
Nah, that boy gay as hell.
Stabbing all last week get upstairs to themselves, man. Nigga, sit down. Johnny, calm down. Everyone get you the fuck up now. I know what y'all think she is, but I ain't on that faggot shit, man. Stop being weird, nigga.
I'm not. I'm trying. Nah, man. I'm just sitting.
Oh, yo, shut up. This ain't fun time.
That shit.
Dude.
He said, "I'm
Sexuality
not."
is a spectrum. You can be whatever you want.
That
Nah,
nigga
he
gay.
gay as hell.
He tried to
Nah,
try to
he
get
gay
him
as
out.
hell.
Hey, man, yo, this girlfriend a man.
You're a girl. Yeah, that's my ex. That's a man. Nah.
So this clip I want to show you from Dave is just him rapping. But I want to watch this TV
Throwing
show.
bars?
I just haven't. It's on Hulu. I have access to it.
Oh yeah, but you just haven't watched it.
Yeah.
He's on The Office right now. When you're done The Office,
how long did I do that with The Office?
when
I
you're
was
done
like,
with The
I wanna watch it,
Office,
then I'm gonna watch
listen. When
it.
you're done with The Office, you can rewatch The Office again, and then you can watch that.
Rewatch The Office again. But I like this. I like this clip because it's just like a white dude rapping in front of black people, and they're like, "Man, fuck this dude." And his bars kind of started off corny.
Wait. Allow me to tell y'all what I'm about. Like a dinner, you got reservations, but I'm about to eat up all the doubt. Hey, come on, I'm a flower, let me sprout. Looking like I'm straight out of Comic-Con. Scrawny Don, hungry Ramadan. My mama wrong, she don't think I got a job, but I'ma make great cheese like Parmesan. I'm hardly on. But the rent paid, cause you know the pussy flow good, I menstruate. If we got a fun or on foot like dengue, it's because I'm higher than a bitch. Men's pay. Rappers thinking that they hot. Blow your nose, motherfuckers, it's not. I ain't never fought a man in my life. I have only slept with 4 different girls. Still you can get it, I'll get every crevice. I'll come on some chicken like fresh mozzarella. Hella goody bonnets, I think like a comic. My females got bombs on their body like they were jihadists. And my libido is scary like Magic Johnson near mosquitoes. I'm tactical, I'm back and forth from acting dull to rapping for you, attracting lowering the faction form. And the track's recorded, it's about to put me on the racks like a fashion store. I just want a girl, let me hit it on a work day. I don't think my dick has grown at all since the first grade. I'm making the cake with my gifts like a birthday, separating with my lines like 2 lanes. I don't want a Grammy, bro. I got 2 and they're fairly old. Stay with more bars than a graph. I'm on top of the class. Hop in the bath with a bad little lady with ass. I'm making her laugh. The neck like a baby giraffe. Shaking the fast. Making it last. Haters are mad. Saying I'm bad. It's like an 8th grader training the class. It's crazy and blasphemous. I'm about to break him in half. I'm making my path. I'm waiting on my break like a calf. Somebody get a boy a gig. He got drive and flash. Like a flash drive.
Started spitting some bars there.
I know, I liked it. I like the flash drive part.
Like a flash drive.
Like a flash drive. All right, so Lil Dicky had bars. Now we're moving into horrors of the world.
Let's hear Cliff's bars.
And I'm about to have bars.
Horrors of the world. Horrors of the world.
As always.
Whoa, whoa! Is that guy ready?
Peanut
Oh,
butter.
Christina. Oh, we're too far out. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Horrors. Horrors.
Horrors.
Horrors.
Of the world.
Horrors
We're using
of
beats.
the world. Horrors of the world. Brother against brother. They killed another. With the rifles and backpacks. Had to go and get a fat sack. Horrors of the world with the black muskets. Had to go and find an old rusty bucket. Horrors of the world. This tore country up. Horrors of the world, these people fucked up. Talking about owning people, talking about freeing those guys, and we had to seek them. Horrors of the world.
Horrors of the world.
Yeah. Horrors of the world, talking about the Civil War. Had to go and get some more. Had to go and run to the store. Had to go and find a book. Had to go up and cook some shit. Had to find me a large ditch. Yeah, I ran out of steam right there. But horrors. But horrors of the world. The Civil War. I'm going to talk about some Civil War misconceptions.
Woo!
And the Civil War is not probably. There are only 2 wars in our history that have been fought at home. We've been lucky.
Revolutionary
All of our
and
games
Civil
are away
War.
games.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? A record's
World
pretty
War
good.
I?
A record's not bad either.
We killing it. We 2-0 away. Oh, yeah, we 2-0 away.
I don't know.
That's not true.
We took some
Vietnam
L's.
was a failure.
We've taken some L's.
Taking some L's.
We've taken some.
Hey,
Vietnam.
We've taken
Vietnam
some.
was a
Iraq
L.
was a failure too. We've taken some L's.
But like, our record's pretty good.
The whole Middle Eastern conflict was an L too. We've taken a lot. Okay,
You think we're gonna make the semis?
Okay, we might have a losing record away.
Well,
Actually,
we make
World War III. Are we making the semis? I need to know. I'm
have
placing
better
bets.
odds.
I'm placing bets.
it's like a 3-1.
We know France is out. We know
That's not gonna
France.
help me win money.
France is out first.
I'm
Okay,
ready to
we know
start
that. I
making
can bet
some
money
money.
on that.
Poor France.
France is about to be like, nah.
But the Civil War
Oui.
was even bloodier than the Revolutionary War, right? Revolutionary War, we were like, hey, fuck England, we gonna go over here. And Civil War,
England was like, hey, the fuck's going on over there?
we was like, see us about it.
So the fuck's going on in those 13 colonies?
Which is really funny because like we were like one of the first colonies to break away from England. What happened when England started? Because all the other countries are very old and we're a very young country. Like we're not even 18 yet. We are 18, but in terms of the other countries, we're underage.
We're minors.
It's why
Allegedly.
It's why you can find castles in other countries and there are no castles in America because castles are very an old time thing, and we just weren't a country to have castles. So
We weren't bad and bougie. Bad and bougie.
not like England. England had colonies
Something
in
about
South
bougie.
America, in North America, in Africa, in Asia, in Australia.
England went from owning most of the world to just
Exactly.
having the UK over there.
So right before the Revolutionary War, they fought the French and Indian War, and they were weak. So we were kind of like, this is the perfect time to attack. That happens. And we try and recover from that. Roll into 1850s. And now there's another war at home. And now we have idiots flying Confederate flags. We talked about why that is a...
Which one? Because they couldn't make up their mind
Exactly. So that's one of the biggest Civil War misconceptions. The other one, the biggest one, is the cause of the Civil War. How do you guys figure the Civil War started?
Slavery.
That's what we were calling it.
So, a lot of people will say it's over state rights. Sorry. A lot of people will say it's over state rights. You know, the people who want to excuse slavery will say it's over state rights. And there's this thing that historians say, people who know a little bit about the Civil War say it was started over slavery. People who know a little bit more say it was started over state rights. And people who know more than that say it was started over the state rights to own people. So those people who say it's fought over state rights, you could just say, yeah, you're right. But just know that their rights, they wanted to keep their rights of owning people.
Yep.
And it wasn't just a simple, like, hey, we don't want you to have slaves anymore. And then the South seceded. Basically, they're the colonies over in the East. And then we get more states. We get California, Nebraska, Kansas. Right? So we figured California is going to be a free state. But now with Nebraska and Kansas that are right next to each other, bam, bam, we took down the maps. I want to go back there for it.
We were going to get our pointer out, our lightsaber.
Put map here.
Look, guys, and everybody, the new tapestry. Hold on, we're going to point.
So we got to flex that out real quick.
This could be our new
Two new tapestries.
our thumbnail. I'll just be like...
Wait, thumbnail real quick. All right, so...
I like it, we
just had to... All right, so Nebraska's Kansas... Essentially, we don't know which one we want to be free and which one we want to be a slave state. So the government says, hey, we'll let you guys decide. Anyone who's in Kansas and Nebraska at the time of this vote we're going to have, you can vote on whether or not it'll be free or a slave state. So all the abolitionists who want to abolish slavery pick up and say, let's fucking go Kansas, Nebraska.
Let's go.
All of the fucking pro-slavery people who have slaves and want to keep their slaves say, let's go Nebraska and Kansas and vote. So they go and vote, and there's a peaceful vote. Everyone lives harmlessly, and you know, outcome is decided fairly and democratically. And none of that happened. Immediately, there are battles, and there's this one guy. It's called Bleeding Kansas because it's just like massacre and murder, abolitionists killing pro-slavery and pro-slavery people killing abolitionists. There's this abolitionist, famous, named John Brown. John Brown was that dude. He'd go around to people who knew...
He was that guy.
He'd go around to people who knew who were pro-slavery, knock on their door, and when they answered, fucking hit him in the face with a hatchet.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage as hell.
That is savage. Just a little
Can you imagine
savage.
being able to get away with that back then?
I mean, it was kind of lawless until the government comes... The federal government came in,
You just knock on the door and you're like...
and the federal government came in, they set up an election that was fair, and the slavery side won, but it was completely rigged, so they had a second election that was also completely rigged, and it was set up as a slave state. So
What if a child answered the door?
Well, you better not open the door.
Is your dad home?
Hey, Junior. Is your dad home?
Fuck those kids.
Too late for him.
Yeah, that kid's too far gone.
So the government comes in, or after the government came in, and there are these fake elections. There's a fair election, free state, slave state. Eventually, South Carolina pans a letter where they're like, hey, we don't really fuck with what the government's doing. We kind of want to secede, and these southern states secede with us. And that was kind of just a catalyst. It wasn't like a big event. It was just that. And
Small event.
It's the horrors of the world, yeah.
yeah.
It's,
Civil War misconceptions.
There's also like tiny ones like, oh, well, not all Southerners who fought for the Civil War for the South wanted slaves. They just wanted to fight for... No, I won't hear that. They didn't want to fight
they just
for
want
the
to
South.
show off their gun collection.
Southern pride. No, nigga. What are we killing your northern brothers for? And there's also this misconception that the northerners fighting in the Civil War were wholly like, I'm doing this. Like it wasn't. They were just like, you know, I'm already in the army, or I'm already being paid, or it's simply my country's at war. I need to go fight for my country. None of it was, you know, those people down there. You know,
They ain't so bad.
they ain't so bad. We should fight for them. In fact,
They ain't so bad.
the northerners,
bad.
A little
if
racist.
this sounds familiar, didn't want blacks freed because they're going to come up north. They're going to take our jobs. And there aren't that many jobs going around. They don't want them coming up north and taking their jobs. Does that sound familiar?
Sounds very familiar. All too familiar.
Also, there's there's like this like image of Civil War surgeons on the battlefield being bloody and like just hacking pieces off and doing what they must. You know,
Always
it
and
was
only
kinda-
attacking people's
it's kinda
faces.
more civil than that. Like they weren't just like all right next like a butcher shop. They were bloody. They didn't understand germs, so he like a surgeon would operate on someone and then go to someone else, and there'd still be blood on his hands, and it's like they didn't understand at a microscopic level. But what they did understand was that these new bullets. In the Civil War, they had these muskets that were big, round shaped, like Yosemite Sam. And when they came out, it was just a ball that just spun out, and it literally could miss by like 50 yards.
Yep.
So what they did was they said, now we're gonna have a more traditional shaped, like uniform nose.
Well, okay, never do that again.
So just
Yeah,
get up top a
yeah,
little bit.
please.
All
God,
right,
we're gonna
so-
get
Out of
fucking
pocket.
flagged. Somebody fucking report this.
Someone come
over.
get
So
'em.
they have the barrels, and then now the bullets are shaped more like a bullet with a groove, so it's more directionally, so it can go somewhere. And it's also lead, so wherever it slams into is just destroyed.
Yeah.
So they gotta cut it off. Like if you get shot, you gotta cut it off, or you gotta cut it
bitch
off. But they had anesthesia, so you were knocked out. You weren't like awake when it happened. They
just
weren't
woke
asking to
up out
bite
of
down
it.
on something and be like, oh. The worst thing that would happen to you is that you would become a paraplegic, and at this time there were no handicaps there, like ramps, elevators, anything like that.
I don't think that's the worst thing that could
I
happen.
don't think that's. I think like probably
And so you
infected.
stay-
Dying
I think
of that,
getting
but-
hit anywhere
so.
remotely
No,
here
I'm
with
saying,
a
the worst
musket
thing
would
that
hurt.
happens if you go into surgery, you come out, you're an amputee, you have nowhere to go, so you have to live in a hospital and you become addicted to morphine.
All right.
That was
Civil
really
War,
thought
here we
out.
come.
Sorry, have
No,
you thought about
'cause
this?
it happened to pretty much every amputee that went home.
It's true.
There are no programs for them. There's nowhere for them to go. There are no jobs for them. They have to stay in a living home, and then they're also in pain, so they have to be drugged. It's a very real. It's like it's somehow worse than how we treat our veterans now. Because we treat them pretty shitty now, but before they were just like, I don't know, take some drugs.
Take some
Maybe
drugs.
I'll feel better.
Here, have some drugs.
Maybe you'll forget about it.
The fucking fly from Rick and Morty. Here, have some drugs.
Here, have some drugs. All right, so horrors of the world. Guys, you got anything you want to say for the podcast ends?
Peace
Fashionova
out,
drip, by the way.
motherfuckers.
Fashionova sponsor us. Sponsor us.
Sponsors, please.
Sponsor.
Yeah. Here's the sponsor, Fashionova.
All right, guys. My name's Cliff,
Christina.
And Sam.
and this has been Higher Educations. Hey,
Peace out.
peace. And then we see Drogon blasting through the city.
In a chair.
And I Shrek was pretty. I maybe wash the shit off my hands, and then we peel it off. I've heard of buoyancy related to like boats, and like for example, how little compromise with evil is okay as long as it all works out in the end, right? Pop, pop. He had it with the shield. He said, everyone was flaming him too.
Fuck that, dude.
Everyone was flaming.
Hey, we racing the roof.
Like, do something if it means everything or whatever the fuck it said. I guess.
Never wanted you to work.